Hello everyone, welcome to another Dragunov guide. In this video we're going to talk about the recent tech that I discovered for Dragunov. Honestly, I don't know if this is already common knowledge, maybe on the Dragunov Discord or somewhere, but I realized this like a couple of days ago, so I wanted to talk about this. Everything started when I realized that I'm not using 443 too much in Tekken 8. I just realized I'm not using this move almost at all. Why is that? Like, if you don't know about this move, this is your main attack to stop people from stepping you when you're trying to apply running 2. You see? I can tag the opponent trying to step towards the left and evade the running 2. This was very important in Tekken 7. I'm not gonna say that this move was used too much in Tekken 7, but you know, every once in a while you would throw this move out just to scare your opponent from stepping you. But I realized that I'm not doing that, I'm not doing that too much in Tekken 8. And I realized that I'm actually using another move to stop people from stepping me. And this move is actually none other than CD4. Now, I'm gonna show you that if I do CD4 very quickly, come on, if I do, wait, okay, if I do CD4 very quickly, the move has no tracking. I'm gonna show you that even towards the right, it has no tracking. You see? People can step this. So how is that possible? Well, I realized that a little bit like Mishima's, when you do this sneak crouch dash, Dragunov realigns with your opponent. Dragunov actually realigns with your opponent, even if you don't see that too much, but he realigns. So if I delay the sneak dash and then I hit the 4, so I do something like this, not this super quickly, but I do a slightly prolonged sneak crouch dash and then I press the 4. You don't even need to prolong the sneak crouch dash that much. Look at what happens if I do that. Suddenly it tracks. Wait. It tracks, you see? And I'm gonna show you that it works even on the left. It tracks. It tracks both sides. So I just realized, like, I realized that I was using this tech without even thinking about it. Like, I only recently thought about this. You know, I realized that I was using a lot of CD4s in the neutral when my opponent tried to step me. And I just realized, I said, this move doesn't track, right? Why am I doing this? But it worked. It works, but I don't know why it works. And then I went into practice mode and I realized that it has everything to do with a prolonged sneak that will give incredible tracking to this move. If you do it very quickly, it has no tracking. But as soon as you prolong the thing, it has tracking. It tracks like crazy. Like I showed you, even on the right, it's the same thing. It tracks. So CD4 basically made 443 obsolete for a lot of different reasons, if you use this tech, of course. Because maybe with certain characters doesn't work. Maybe against Lily that has an insane sidestep. Maybe on her this technique doesn't work. I don't know. But CD4 definitely is a better option than 443 if you can use it to track your opponent's sidestep. And the reason is because, first of all, 443 it's a high, so the opponent can duck you at any point and launch you for trying to apply this move. This is a risky attack. And on top of that, This move is +5, but it has this huge pushback that doesn't allow you to do anything afterwards. While CD4, although it has pushback, not as much as 443 though, it's +7, so which means that you can try to apply a running 2. Of course, the opponent can. There is a, like, this is mind game. Like, the opponent can do stuff to interrupt your running 2 or to sidestep it, but it gives you a strong situation. It gives you a strong setup to either use a running 2 or to backdash and then punish the opponent. It's a strong setup option. Outside from having chip damage, and it's generally a good option compared to 443. Of course, with 443 there is nothing you can do. You're back to neutral. With CD4, I'll admit that it is a strong setup too. It's like you're not completely into neutral. I still have the upper hand, but of course it's mind games because. You know, if I try to run in 2, which is a typical option afterwards, you can interrupt me, you can power crush, you can sidestep. So it's like, it's mind games, but it's a strong conditioning option. It creates a strong setup that you can familiarize with, and if he tries to interrupt you, you can backdash, and you're close enough to get a launch. So it's a good option, and it's a mid, so it means that your opponent can't duck it. I guess that in high level, people can actually react to the sneak, like to the sneak animation. They can see that and say, okay, he's probably trying to go with a CD4. But of course, you can also do something like this. You can do CD3, but CD3 doesn't have the same tracking, you see. So I guess it really depends on the player, but this is actually a strong option. So I don't know how effective this can be in very, very high level, where people can react to Dragunov's doing the crouch counts, the crouch dash. But it's a strong option, and I suggest you to keep this in mind because you know, it's a mid, like I said, and if it gets blocked, you get that mind game out of that. You get some mind games out of that. Unlike 443, where if it gets blocked, it's just, you're back to neutral. There's nothing you can do. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. So thank you so much for watching, and take care.